Good evening to all. Today we are going to discuss about the world, continents and the oceans. This is the 6th class CBSE first lesson. First we are going to see the what is objective of this lesson. So after this lesson the students are going to learn the identifying of the continents and also the oceans. So how many oceans are there? So what is the importance of the oceans? So which is the biggest ocean and which is the smallest ocean, and what is the importance of those ocean continents and also the oceans? See, first we look at the continents. The first, if you observe the our planet Earth, the solid portion of the Earth is called the lithosphere. So what is the lithosphere here? The solid portion of the Earth surface. So where we are living present. So that part is called as the lithosphere. It comprises the rocks of the Earth's crust and the thin layer of solid that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. There are two main divisions of the Earth's surface. The large land masses are known as the continents, and the huge water bodies are called the oceans, basins. All the oceans of the world are connected with one another. So, our continent is divided into two types. So, how many types? Two types. So, the solid crust, the solid part of the earth is called as the continents, and the another one is the water body. So the huge water bodies are there on our continent earth, those are called as a oceans. So observe this picture. In this picture, what are the continents and the oceans? So here it is the Asia continent, Europe continent, Africa, North America, South America, and the Australia, Antarctica. These are the continents, and also the oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean. These are the five oceans. Our Earth is divided into five oceans as well as the seven continents. So we are going to see what are the continents. The world, continents and the oceans. There are seven major continents. So how many continents are there? There are majorly seven continents are there on the earth. These are separated by large water bodies. These continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. Now look at the Asia, the continent Asia. Asia is the largest continent in the world. So which is the largest continent? Asia is the largest continent. It covers about 1/3 of total land area of the earth. So most of the area, so land area means 1/3. So 1/3 of the land area is covered by the Asia continent on the earth. The continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. So Asia is which hemisphere? It is in a eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. So Tropic of Cancer is going to pass on this Asia continent. Asia is separated from Europe by Ural Mountains on the west. So Asia is separating from the Europe. So which mountains are separating the Asia from the Europe? Those are the Ural Mountains are separating from Asia. Second continent is Europe. So there is no much importance about the Europe. So Europe is much smaller than Asia. The continent lies to the west of Asia. The Arctic Circle passes through it. Which circle? Arctic Circle is passes through this Europe continent. It is bound by water bodies on three sides. So the Europe continent is bounded by the water by the three sides. Next continent is Africa. Africa is the second largest continent after Asia. So Africa is the second largest continent in the earth after Asia. So Asia is the biggest continent, already we know that. The equator or 0 degree latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. A large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. It is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the Ecuador and the Tropic of Capricorn passes. Only in Africa continent there are three latitudes are passing. So what are those latitudes? Tropic of Cancer, Ecuador and the Tropic of Capricorn. These three latitudes are going to pass from the African continent. Next one is North America. North America is the third largest continent of the world. It is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land called the Ethos of Panama. The continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. So North America continent is completely in the northern and the western hemisphere. Next one is South America. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere, and Andes, the world's longest mountain range, run through its length from north to south. South America has the world's largest river, the Amazon. Not only the Amazon river, here the Amazon forest is also very important. So Amazon forest only this Amazon river is going to flow. And also the world's longest mountains, Andes mountains also there in South America. Next one is Australia. Australia is the smallest continent. So biggest continent is Asia, smallest continent is Australia. It is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. Which hemisphere it lies in the entirely in the southern hemisphere. It is surrounded on all sides by ocean and seas. It is called an island continent. Australia is called as a island continent because so all sides this continent is water is covered by this continent. So that is why it is Australia continent is also called as island continent. And next one and the last one is Antarctica. Antarctica is completely in the southern hemisphere. It is huge continent. The South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent, as it is located in the South Polar region. It is permanently covered with thick ice sheets. So Antarctica it is covered by ice, and also this Antarctica continent the human beings are unable to live because the environmental conditions are not suitable to live the human beings in this continent in this area. mostly the forest area also not there, and the trees also not grown. Very very small species, and also the small plants are going to grow in this continent. So this is about the continents in the world, about the 7 continents. These are the small information about the continents.